When a man hurts a woman, and whether through words, actions, or betrayal, something changes in both of them. She withdraws into silence, and he begins to live with a quiet ache of guilt and realization. But not every man will say, "I'm sorry." Some show it in ways that speak louder than words. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like to the channel, and hit the bell for more videos. He can't look at you the same way anymore. When guilt takes over, his eyes tell the story before his mouth ever does. He avoids eye contact, not out of arrogance, but because he can't bear to see the pain he caused reflected in your eyes. He starts remembering every detail. Men who regret hurting someone replay moments over and over. What he said, what you said, and what he should have done differently. It's his mind's way of punishing itself for losing control. He tries to reach out, even subtly. He might not directly say, "I miss you," but he'll find excuses to connect: a message, a comment, a random check-in. Regret often hides behind small, cautious attempts to reopen communication. He admits his mistakes, even to others. When a man starts opening up about what he did wrong, especially to his friends or family, it's a deep sign of remorse. He's not defending himself anymore. He's confronting the truth. He tries to become a better man. Guilt can either destroy or transform a person. A man who truly regrets hurting a woman often starts working on himself, his habits, his temper, his maturity, because he knows he can't undo the past, but he can change who he is now. He can't move on easily. Even if he tries dating again, nothing feels the same. He compares every woman to you, the laughter, the comfort, the peace he lost. That's when he realizes he didn't just lose a person, he lost his safe place. He talks about you indirectly. You'll notice his name come up in conversations, or he'll bring you up without realizing it. It's not about nostalgia. It's about unfinished emotions that still haunt him. He watches you from a distance. He might not approach you, but he keeps an eye on your life, your happiness, your growth. He wants to know you're okay, even if he doesn't have the right to be part of your life anymore. He feels the weight of silence. When a woman pulls away after being hurt, her silence can be deafening. A man who regrets it feels that silence like a mirror, one that reflects the depth of what he destroyed. He can't defend his actions anymore. At first, he might have justified his behavior, but over time, regret strips away excuses. He no longer says, "You made me angry," or "You overreacted." He simply says, "I was wrong." He looks tired of pretending. You can see it, the weight in his posture, the softness in his tone. A man who regrets hurting someone loses that fake confidence he once had. Guilt humbles him. He supports you from afar. Sometimes he'll quietly help, recommending you for an opportunity, defending your name when you're not around, or sending positive energy your way. It's his way of saying sorry without words. He tries to make things right, even if you're gone. When remorse is real, he doesn't look for reconciliation. He looks for redemption. He'll apologize not to win you back, but because his heart can't rest until he takes responsibility. He stops repeating the same behavior. The clearest sign of regret is change. He starts setting boundaries, controlling his temper, or being more emotionally aware, because the thought of hurting someone again terrifies him. He feels emotional when you're mentioned. His expression changes. His eyes soften, his tone drops. That's not nostalgia. That's regret, mixed with gratitude for having known you at all. He begins to understand the depth of her pain. In time, he realizes it wasn't just about the argument or the betrayal. It was about the emotional damage he caused. That's when regret becomes empathy. He doesn't rush to replace you. He's not chasing distractions anymore. He's reflecting, healing, and confronting his guilt. Men who regret hurting a woman often isolate for a while because they're facing their own inner demons. He tries to reconnect with your energy. He might revisit the places you went, listen to songs that remind him of you, or keep old photos. It's not obsession, it's remorse, mixed with longing for the peace you brought him. He wishes he could undo the past. He imagines alternate endings. If only I had listened. If only I hadn't said that. Regret is the mind's way of rewriting the story that ended too soon. He admits you changed him. Eventually, he acknowledges that losing you taught him something no one else could, how painful it is to lose someone who truly cared. And deep down, he knows he'll never meet that kind of love twice. He starts protecting other women from his mistakes. A man who's truly sorry often becomes more considerate toward others. He doesn't want to repeat the same pattern because he knows how much it hurts to break someone's trust. He can't listen to certain songs or memories. Even music, smells, or moments can trigger memories of what he lost. That's not weakness. That's emotional residue left by genuine regret. He becomes gentle when he talks about you. His voice softens, his ego fades. He speaks of you with respect, even if things ended badly. That's when you know regret has matured into reflection. He realizes apologies don't fix everything. Real. Remorse comes with the painful understanding that some damage can't be undone, only learned from. He learns to forgive himself, slowly. The final stage of regret is self-forgiveness. It doesn't mean he's forgotten what he did. It means he's finally understood it. And that's how he grows into a better man. His confidence fades. He used to walk with pride, but now he carries a quiet heaviness. That's not sadness. That's guilt, slowly reshaping his ego. He avoids confrontation. He no longer argues or defends himself. He's tired of being right. He just wishes he'd been kind. He replays the past constantly. He keeps revisiting old memories, trying to find the moment he went wrong. That mental replay is regret's cruel punishment. He starts to respect what he took for granted. The patience, the care, the unconditional love. He finally sees what it was worth, now that it's gone. He reaches out but doesn't know what to say. He types messages and deletes them. He wants to say sorry, but words feel too small for the damage done. He watches you heal, and it hurts. Seeing you grow stronger without him cuts deeper than anger ever could. He realizes he taught you to live without him. He tries to make amends indirectly. He may start helping others, being kinder, or apologizing for old wrongs. It's his way of cleansing the guilt. He becomes quieter. You'll notice his energy changes. The loud, careless version of him fades, replaced by a man who finally understands silence. He looks for you in other people. No matter who he meets, no one feels like you. That emotional emptiness is one of the clearest signs of true regret. He remembers your words in his darkest moments. The things you said, your warnings, your kindness, your love, echo in his mind long after you're gone. He stops blaming you. In the beginning, he may have said it was your fault, but regret matures him. Now he owns what he did. He can't pretend to be happy. Even if he smiles, it's empty. Regret has a way of hollowing out joy from the inside. He checks your social media. Quietly, he wants to see you smile again, even if it hurts him to know it's not because of him. He becomes protective from a distance. He might warn others to treat you right or defend your name in conversations. He's no longer entitled, just remorseful. He admits he didn't deserve you. When a man regrets losing a good woman, he finally says the words he never could before. I didn't realize what I had. He starts apologizing to himself. He begins whispering, why did I do that? In moments of solitude. It's self-forgiveness, trying to find a voice. He tries to fix his habits, Whether it's his temper, his pride, or his lack of communication, he finally confronts what made him lose you. He keeps the memories, not the bitterness. Regret transforms anger into appreciation. He remembers your love not with hate, but with gratitude and sorrow. He avoids situations that remind him of you, the songs, the restaurants, the places. He avoids them because they make his heart ache. He wonders if you've forgiven him, not because he expects it, but because he needs to know that somewhere you found peace. He talks about you differently. He doesn't call you dramatic, emotional, or difficult anymore. He calls you real. He feels a deep sense of loss. Even in crowds, he could be surrounded by people, yet still feel alone. That emptiness isn't loneliness. It's guilt that company can't fill. He's afraid to hurt someone. Again, regret changes his behavior. He becomes gentler with others, cautious with his words, and mindful of emotions. He doesn't feel entitled to your forgiveness. He understands that sorry doesn't erase pain. It only acknowledges it. He tries to rebuild himself. A man who truly regrets hurting someone often goes through a quiet transformation, becoming wiser, softer, and more self-aware. He admits he misses the way you believed in him. What he misses most isn't your presence. It's the way you made him feel like he could be better. Conclusion. When a man truly regrets hurting a woman, you'll feel it. Not through grand gestures, but through quiet change. He won't chase you with promises. He'll rebuild himself with actions. Because real regret doesn't speak. It transforms. When a man truly regrets hurting a woman, you'll feel it. Not in his words, but in his energy. He changes. He evolves. He carries her memory not as a burden, but as a reminder of the kind of love he should have protected.